Hi everyone, I'm JD. Welcome back to my channel. Okay, I am so excited to finally release the first journal prompt kit for the year. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. So the January kit is now available in my Etsy, and all patrons will also be getting it automatically. So I'm first of all apologize that it hasn't been out earlier. I want to give you as much time to complete these prompts in January as possible, so I'm just going to release it right now as soon as I've finished it. I've been working so hard on this and finally got it all together, all the pieces. Every kit will have 20 items in it, 20 images that you can use for inspiration or decoration on a page, and every kit will come with the list of prompts, so there's 4 for each month around a certain theme. So as you can see here, for January it is the new year, that's the theme, and I'll go through all the prompts and explain them and my heart behind all this and all of this in this video, so just stay tuned. A very chatty video. Week 1 is reflection, week 2 is vision board, week 3 word for the year, week 4 goals. And because we're now into week 3 are we, you can just do them all in one go, or you can just skip the first 2 weeks or just choose which ones you want to do. You can do 1 or 2 or 3, or just use them as jumping off points and do your own things. But I'll go through all of those, but first of all, a bit about my heart behind this whole challenge that I'm giving myself to journal weekly or 4 times for every month with these prompts. So this year my goal is to journal more regularly, because I just know how much I love to journal and how much it makes me feel so much joy, and also how much it can help me, to just spend that time, quiet time, reflecting and just having that time to be still. And it really helps find, clarity and guidance sometimes, and to sort out that mess in my head. It gives me a bit more peace. It helps me to create and grow in my creativity, and step out my comfort zone and try different things, try different techniques, and also it just helps me to get in tune with myself, I suppose. I really feel journaling helps with self-discovery, and also just with guidance for your life, because I don't know, we can get so busy doing things, doing, and never having this time just to think, what's the point of this? Why am I actually doing this? Do I need to do this? Why am I doing this? Could I do things differently or better? Or so for me, journaling, there's just so many benefits and so many good things about it, not just for the journaling itself, but for what it can do for your well-being, your mind, your health, and your life. Like, I love how journaling something on a page can translate into something that can be seen in your life, a changed behavior, a new habit, or a new dream that is lived, or a to-do list that's ticked off, or something, just some as an example, people who do to-do lists and really are into that, the act of writing it down is something that helps them to do it in real life. So I just see that kind of like in the way, as an analogy for the whole of journaling. Whatever you journal, whatever you put on the page, I feel like it can translate into our lived lives in some way. Whether we feel, for me, even if I just journal something and it's just for fun, pure fun, at the end of the day I feel better about what I've done that day. I feel better about myself, and that's the benefit right there. So where there's a benefit on the page where I can look at it and it's all cool and awesome, but then also in my own lived life I can also experience that benefit. So I'm always encouraging people to journal because of these benefits. I can't imagine no one being able to benefit from these. I always say, what's this little quote? If you put into journaling, if you put into writing, sometimes it does take effort and hard work to drum up these thoughts and put them onto a page and actually work out what you really think about things and how you really feel about things. Sometimes that can take so much energy and hard work to get to that place, to that deep place. Or even if it's just something light and you just want to create, sometimes you can be blocked creatively, or all these different barriers to it. But if you push through and if you do the work and you put in that effort, you get so much back. You always get something back from it. So that's why I just want to put in more this year. I want to step up my game and journal more regularly because I know these benefits. And yeah, so I'm very, very passionate about journaling. Out of anything, why I make journals, why I share this channel, in the end, I suppose it just comes down to how it can help people. Like if it's not doing something to help or make someone's lives better, you know, I journal because it makes my life better. And I just want to share that with you. So, yeah, anyway, I'm all over the place, but hope that all comes across, and hope this is inspiring you and encouraging you to maybe start a journal, or to journal a bit more regularly, or to journal more creatively or in a different way or style or something. And join me in this, because it's so much more fun when you journal together with other people and you know that other people are doing this. Maybe it helps you be accountable, or maybe just get it, you know, chuffed and thrilled that other people are sharing their work and you get to share your work and everyone's sharing together and we can encourage each other and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I am so excited about this project and working so hard on these kits, and I just really hope that they help you to journal and help you in your life. These are kits that will help me, and I might not necessarily use every image, but they're there if I want to use them. That's the point. They're a tool. The journal is a tool, and all of this is just a tool. The prompts are a tool, because I find that if I don't have a prompt, I don't journal. So prompts really help me to get into my journal, and having these other images and bits and pieces can give me a starting off point. So instead of going, oh, what do I do on the page, what do I want to use, I can just go, oh, there's a picture here, I'll use that. So if you wanted to do it that way, you can. So yeah, where do I go from here? Okay, so every kit will have the prompt list, and then you also get in every kit just a little spiel about my heart behind the theme and why I wrote about it. So in this one, let's see, my New Year's Eve tradition is to spend the night at home with my journal. I reflect on the year and make a list of major events that happened in my life. I look at what I learned and how I grew. This year, I also created a vision board to capture 2019. Then I turn to the new year and come up with a word for the year and set some goals. May 2020 be the best year yet. And then I also have some extra prompts. If you are a person who wants more, then here are some extra prompts that you can tick off if you want. So not just extra prompts, but they elaborate on these. If you're like, how do I reflect? What do I do? This is what I do. So when I reflect on the previous year, I reflect on what were my highlights from that year, what were the lowlights, what achievements did I achieve in that year, and other memorable moments, and how I changed and grew in that year. How am I different at the end of the year to the start of the year? That kind of thing. And then I have some examples of my own vision board. So if you're like, what do I do for a vision board? Here's some inspiration. This is my vision board that I did at the start of the year in January. And there's Keanu. Oh, I didn't do it in January, I did a bit after, in Feb maybe. And just words for the year that I had, and different inspiration for the year. Things like my pencils, because I was going to publish that art book, so that reminded me of that goal. And just, yeah, some vintage finds with my love of vintage, and my ballet shoes, my first point shoes. So just milestones and happy things that inspire me for the year, that set the tone for the year, what I want to do. So the art, the ballet, and journaling prompts with Johanna Clough's journal. And then at the end of the year, what I did was came up with another vision board where it's just a visual tool to reflect on the year, basically. So this time I just pulled out the different things that were highlights for me for the year. So of course my cat, the publishing of the book, my new desk, me in my point shoes, and this newspaper article of the book. That journal from Johanna Clough was such a highlight. This was a highlight when a butterfly landed on my hand. My journaling journey, just kind of showing how I've grown in my journaling journey, and a pen representing this was a gift to me, and just representing my love of writing and all this kind of things. So I hope those inspire you to maybe do your own vision board. So I will do another one for this year, for 2020, and just find images. Maybe you want to do magazine cutouts, do your own drawings. For me, I look at pictures that I've taken myself and I assemble them and create my own vision board to set the mood for the year, to set what I hope to achieve in the year, my dreams for the year, that kind of thing. So hopefully that's some inspiration for you. Word for the year. So we did this last year for the prompt. So here, this was the very first prompt that we did in January last year. And I love this prompt. It will always be a prompt in January for me. And my word for last year was light. I will let you know what my word for this year is in my when I do my journal page read for it this year. But come up with your word for the year, and I would love to see what you come up with. I'd love to see what your vision board looks like too, actually. And then week 4 goals. So that's pretty self-explanatory. You know, set goals for the year. Dream big. Make a list of things you would like to do. Yeah, it could be life goals, could be health goals, it could be creative goals, journaling goals. And so I've got a couple ideas here. So journal goals, life goals. Oh, and I've also got, before that, to go with word for the year, you might also want to find a scripture for the year, which I've also got that for me. Or maybe a poem. If you aren't into the Bible, you might have a poem that you like, or a song that you like that just sets the tone for the year. And then, yeah, you might have reading goals. I've had reading goals in the past years, or I don't know, other goals, family goals. So then how you want to grow in 2020 is another idea or approach of how to approach goals. How do you want to grow? How do you want to be different this year? What do you want to learn? Do you want to take a class or something like that? And then every month I also want to give a challenge. And this lines up with my heart for, I don't want this to just be journaling. I don't want this to just be, as good as journaling is, I don't want it just to be, let's create something on the page and then once you close the book, that's it. I want it to translate into real life. So let's think about, for this month, the challenge is 20 things in 2020. This is something my sister's family is doing and I was inspired by it. So I have created a list here, a card here that you can print out, and I've just put 1 to 20, and you can write down, like you can print this bigger if you want, if you're thinking that's too small, or you can print it small if you want, or you could do your own version of that. This is just a jumping off point, but I want to make it as easy as possible if you just want to use this. So 20 things in 2020. I thought that was a fun challenge. Simple things. So for me, one of the things I've already done was I went to the movies by myself. I like doing that every year. I've only started doing that recently in the last couple of years, and it's always a bit nerve-wracking or a bit of a challenge to do it, but I really enjoy it because, well, I just like movies and I love the idea of getting lost in a movie and how you just engrossed in a story. And for me, movies as well, it's about how can I apply this movie to my life, what can I learn from this movie, and yeah, anyway, so I've already done that, so I will journal about that there. Other ideas, 20 things in 2020. I really want to get a digital piano. I really miss my piano, so I think I can't get a proper piano because there's not enough room, and of course it's too expensive, but a digital piano is doable. I really want to get a typewriter. I also want to get an Instax or a printer for my phone to print photos. So there could be things that you would want to get that you wouldn't otherwise, but here's like the challenge to give yourself permission to get it. Other little challenges maybe for me, maybe to start a blog, and I was thinking maybe just do a blog post once a day. Another goal or 20 things to do in 2020 would be, and this is what I mean, it kind of overlaps with goals as well, is to publish another book and maybe publish a poetry book, which I've never done before. So just some ideas. I'm going to work on my 2020 and I'd love to hear what you come up with. Maybe you just want to do 10 in 2020 or 2 things in 2020, but again, just take it as inspiration. And then what else do I have? Then I've got a bunch of ephemera for you to journal with. So things that I like, because you know this is essentially a tool for me and I'm just sharing it with you guys in the hopes that you like it too. And what gets me going is vintage ephemera, and I've also, for a personal touch, added some of my own personal ephemera. So my artwork, like this bird, and I'm calling it an owl, and I thought, you know, an owl wisdom. Let's, as we set goals for 2020 and think about 2020, look with wisdom, or look back at the previous year with that reflection and with grace and with wisdom. Let's be kind to ourselves, no matter how our year was in 2019. Let's be kind to ourselves, and let's be kind to ourselves in 2022 with that wisdom. So that's what I was thinking there. And then let's see what else is here. You get a quote that I come up with every time as well. For me this year, going to the year, this was the one that resonated with me, that what you do be done out of gratitude for all you've been given. Now this was a quote that I wrote myself, or came up with myself, in a journal from last year, and I was just reading back through my journal entries and I saw this, what I wrote, and I was like, oh, that's gold. I need that. I need to hear that. I need to get that in my life for this year. Because when I think about this year and think, what should I do? I don't know what to do, and I can fret. And then I just realized, just relax and just know that you have so much, and there's no pressure to have to do anything. You're fine as you are, and just simply enjoy what you have and enjoy what you do, and be grateful for it all. Instead of striving and, all this kind of frenetic, wasted energy, trying to do, we can lose track of things. Anyway, a picture, I just thought this helps me. I think it's pretty, and it reminds me of my family, because it's from my family garden, and I took it in January, and it just, I don't know, for me it represents peace and family and the important things in life, simple things, just remembering those simple things and the important things in life that matter. And this one, just some of my notebooks, because this is all about journaling. Let's set off on the right note here, and for me it's all about journaling. This is what it's about. We're kicking it off with the importance of journaling and the benefits of journaling. So I've just got a picture of my journals there. That's what it symbolises. And every month I'm going to try to do a new picture, a new drawing, and I've done the outline here, and it's called Diamond Girl. I'll share this drawing in a separate video and share hopefully the finished, once I've coloured it all in. I can share my heart behind this and how it spoke to me, how God was speaking to me with this piece. And yeah, actually got a whole story with this, which I'll get into in that video, sorry, but that's there for you as well. And then this is the vintage ephemera. So I've got a postcard that says a Happy New Year, so that's very fitting, and I love those purple flowers, which relates to these purple flowers here. So I thought that was wonderful. And there is a vintage postcard on the back, some vintage music paper. I thought that could be fun for a background or something. And this is a vintage library card, and I like how it says Sparkle and Spin, a book about words. And I thought, how great is that for our journals? A place of sparkle and a place for spinning words and spinning creativity. And then just another page of ephemera. So I love using these just for writing space, and I wanted to include lots of lines so you can include your own writing. This is authentic French ephemera, receipt and ledger paper. And then I also have one more sheet of digital linens, and I love this one so much. I thought this would be good for a label, maybe for writing your word for the year on it, and this great for journaling. And yeah, you can resize these however you want. It's an instant download from my Etsy. You can size them however you want. Simply drag them into Word or whatever platform, size them however you want, and then print them out, cut them out, and stick them into your journals. So what I thought, for every month I'm going to cut this out for myself and put it on my journal page, so I can always just refer back to it. Same with this. So I might not necessarily do all of these prompts, but I can always flick back to it and go, if I'm wanting to create my journal one day and be like, what do? I can just flick back to this and go, oh yeah, I'll tick this one off. Because for me, I actually do want to journal daily. So since there's only 4 prompts, I'm going to need some inspiration for those other days. So yeah, I really, really hope that you caught my heart in this video, and that you're excited about journaling too. And I really hope that you get into it, that you get into your journal, that you open it up and journal on the page. I'm going to try this year to just do as much as I can to help you guys to journal along with me. I'm going to try and do something where I create a journal for me, and I'll make some for my Etsy that are exactly the same as mine, and it will just be for 1 month, a journal to last 1 month, and I'm going to journal daily in it for 1 month and bring you along. So 1 video a day of me journaling in that video, journaling in that journal 1 day each day for that month. So if you want if you need that extra little prompt to journal yourself, maybe that will do it. I don't know, but I'm trying to think of different ways to help people to journal, to open a book and put their words on a page. And so I'm also going to do things like show you how to make journals, and we'll do more of those. Make a journal with me, and I'll show more process videos, and just any way I can think of sharing digitals and things. I just really, really, really want to spread this love of journaling because I know how helpful it is. And yeah, I really just hope it translates into your life, and I hope that it adds something really good and fun into your life this year. So yeah, I think I've covered everything. If not, just check the description box below. Check out the link to Willowbound Journals where you can purchase this kit. Check out the link to Patreon if you would just like to become a patron, and that supports me monthly to keep doing this, to keep working on Willowbound Journals and putting these videos out and creating kits and all this kind of thing, because if you become a patron you automatically get one of these kits at whatever tier level that you can afford, and so yeah, I just really hope that's exciting for you guys as well, because I'm super excited. And now I've done this video, now that I've got the kit out, I can get started, and I've got to catch up. I already know what I'm going to be journaling about. I just need to somehow put it on a page, and I will do my best to film my entire process going through these prompts myself. If not the process on camera, I'll come back and share what I've done. Check out the Willowbound Journals Facebook group page too, because that's where everyone is sharing their pages. And yeah, it's just a great place to cheer each other on and get inspiration. If you have any questions too, you can ask. You know, if you're stumped, if you're struggling with journaling or ideas, this is a safe place where anyone can, it's a community, right? So you can ask, and we're all in it together, struggling our way through it, working out how to do this journal thing in the junk journal style, or whatever style you want. You don't even need to include ephemera, you can just write. But oh, Keanu's come to say hello. You say hello, Keanu? So ask any questions, share any thoughts of your journaling process, and share what you do. And it's just a place to help us all journal, basically. It really inspires me and keeps me journaling. Knowing that you guys are doing the journal prompts makes me go, oh, I better do my own journal prompt. Okay, guys, I think I've rambled on long enough. Thank you so much for watching and supporting my channel, and for being part of all of this. And let's bring on 2020 and lots of journaling. Thanks, guys. Bye.